Welcome, viewers. This episode is actually a continuation of the last, where we stopped at potentially explosive situation. Let's go back a bit. Paragraph. Much as PMP agrees with all peace-loving people the world over that Iraq, if indeed it possesses such deadly weapons, serves as a great threat to world peace, as we also do not wholly agree with the US and its allies for choosing the path of war to settle a potentially explosive situation. Hmm? Okay. Even though it's now too late to offer any form of advice to President Bush, we believe that the war he has embarked upon is not in the interest of the same world that he wants to protect from the claws of the destroyer Saddam. Paragraph. It was clear at the time of going to the press that the US-led military are not going to have things easy, as Saddam himself has time and again reiterated that he is ever ready to squarely face the US. It's also abundantly clear that it's not only the people of Iraq and the immediate environments who are going to suffer from the devastating effect of this avoidable war, but billions of others across the world. Full stop. Paragraph. Oil prices will definitely escalate with a severe consequence on countries such as ours. We believe Bush and Blair should have listened to several voices of reason and should have relied on the United States weapons inspectors to compel Saddam to disarm. PNP thinks the move to destroy thousands of lives just for the sake of one person is indeed unfortunate, and it is just about time Bush and Blair rethought their position, as it would do us all as it would do us all loads of good. For we are all not safe so long as this senseless war continues. We heard it, senseless war continues. This paper has nothing to do with the government. Okay. So you see, the weapons inspector, like I said, actually went and they said no smoking gun. Blair and Bush said no, they have them. And that they are moving with the chemical weapons in vehicles. What is the sense? You see? So they should have listened to the world. They think other people of the world with our weapons have no say. We have a say. Advice is best. Advice is good, very good, more than weapons. They didn't listen to Americans. Americans themselves. They didn't listen to the weapons inspectors who advised against it. They didn't listen to Mandela, and big people around the world who advised them not to. They didn't listen to the Canadian president who called Bush a moron, and the Venezuelan president who called him a danger. Oh my God. Okay, let's go to the next story. Berlin. Satan has his own mini-me. I've shown the picture already. Let me show you. I'll show you the whole page so that when we go there, this is the photo of Akbar, the dangerous stoner of Saudi Arabia. So this is the topic we are going to read now. Satan has his own me. Okay. Berlin. As if the end times weren't rough enough already, Satan's earthly incarnation has his very own mini-me. Just like Dr. Evil's pint-sized sidekick in the Austin Powers movies, Bible scholars now warn. Paragraph. Referred to as the mini-Satan, the mischievous imp resembles the Antichrist, but is half as tall, and his number is just 333 instead of 666. Then paragraph, in inverted commas, the mini Satan is like a small Xerox It's like a small Xerox copy of the devil, inverted commas close, says Bruno Schiel, a leading theologian. The, the ancient texts refer to him as being born from the skin in inverted commas, being born from the skin of the beast of Antichrist, dash, the living incarnation, the living incarnation of Satan, who, according to the Bible, is destined to seize power on earth shortly before the end of the world. He can't. Mm? Very good. This suggests the Antichrist clones himself with only partial success. Okay. As strange as it sounds, some church leaders who believe the end times have begun to have begun. As strange as it sounds, some church leaders who believe the end times have begun to fear that Satan's shorty dash pants knockoff is already among us. Full stop. Vatican spies who's infiltrated black masses in Germany, who've infiltrated black masses in Germany, claim claim to have seen a dwarf with nub-like horns standing proudly beside the devil. So you can see the picture with horns. Look at the picture well with horns. Standing beside the devil. Full stop. It's said he occasionally interrupts the proceedings by stabbing parishioners with a tiny pitchfork or running up and down the aisles, screeching. Full stop. Prophecies about the unruly life prophecies about the ruling sorry prophecies about the unruly little hellraiser dash can be found in sacred scriptures written by a group of early Christian known as the Gnostics. Yes, full stop. Next sentence in inverted commas. The Gnostics were wiped out by hearsay hunters by the end of the 5th century AD. But they believe they are the real followers of Christ. Hmm? If I'm not mistaken, I remember them very well. Okay, Sheol says, full stop. Inverted commas follows. Their teachings were banned, and few of their writings about the mini Satan have survived into the present day. Full stop. Inverted commas close. Paragraph. The mini Satan is like a distorted fan house mirror. It's like a distorted fan house mirror image of the Antichrist, says Shear, one, one of only 11 experts who've studied the obscure text. Full stop. The mini Satan creates confusion and chaos, dash, often gumming up with his own master's elaborate plans. Full stop. Embedded commas follows. Here is a wily, fun-loving mischief maker, always pulling pranks and creating havoc. Full stop. Paragraph. The forbidden texts refer to acts such as setting random fires, stamping his number on cattle, biting ankles on cattle, biting ankles, hoisting skirts, and placing sharp nails upon the thrones of his master's lieutenants. Full stop. Inverted commas close. The diminutive demonoid is described in the prophecies as standing not 4 feet in height. Not 4 feet in height is in inverted commas. As standing not 4 feet in height with a 333 birthmark somewhere on his body. Then inverted commas follows again. The mini Satan is even more unpredictable than his larger counterpart, warns Shear. Full stop. Inverted commas follows. He's like a rabbit. It's like a rabbit, comma, out of control, little Tasmanian devil. Okay. Man has the world's longest mustache. I don't know why the picture is not there. The picture should have been there. But I remember there is a picture like that. Anyway, somewhere. Man has the world's longest mustache. Let's do that before we go to Akbar. Hmm? Uh, Duebeza, comma, India, dash, a man, a man is hoping to muzzle his way into the Guinness World Records book for having the world's longest mustache. Full stop. Bhupati, Bhupati Das, Bhupati Das wants to beat the current record of 52.8 pounds by hanging something even heavier off his facial hair. Full stop. His pride and joy is a 4 foot long mustache that he has to hang over his ears to keep out of his way. Oh, crazy world. Hmm? Okay, paragraph. Das oils his mustache twice daily and washes with soap 2 times a week. Hmm. He was inspired by a newspaper report about a policeman who could lift a typewriter, with his mustache. Full stop. Now we go to the Arab picture banned from public stoning. That's let me call him a computer stoner. Hmm? That's my own nickname, computer stoner. Okay, Arab picture banned from public stoning. I think I've showed it before, but let me do it again. Medina, comma, Saudi Arabia, dash. An amateur baseball player has been banned from public stoning, dash, because he always nails the prisoner right on the head with the very first throw. With the very first throw, comma, shattering the victim's skull and spoiling the fun for everyone else. Okay. According to the latest tally, Akbar Akbar al-Khatib Akbar al-Khatib has personally dispatched 23 out of the last 26 people executed in this Saudi city with his lethal 95 mph pitch, 95 miles per hour pitch, dash, a record that is a little too good for local authorities. Then, in inverted commas, public execution is supposed to be something the whole community partakes in. But when Akbar is involved, he leaves nothing for anyone else to do. He stones once, and that is all. He spoils the game. Either he finishes the game or he spoils the game. Leaves nothing for anyone else to do. Inverted commas close. Says Nazir Mubarak, a spokesman for the local police. Inverted commas. We do this with great sorrow, yet we have no choice but to ban him. Full stop. Soft-spoken, devoutly religious 24-year-old Akbar, who pitches for a team called the Medina Saracens, comma, insists he's no show off. Full stop. I just cannot help myself, he says. I try to hold back as long as I can to let others take their turn. But passion and my hatred of sin takes over. That's the boy speaking. That's Akbar speaking. Huh? That's Akbar speaking. Takes over. That's not good enough for fed up neighbors in Medina, where stoning is taken seriously as the solemn civic duty of every citizen. Hmm. Akbar takes over the whole show. This is inverted commas. This is inverted commas. Akbar takes over the whole show. Full stop. Fumes. No, no, not full stop. The whole show. Fumes spokeskeeper Hanifi of Mahoob. Hanifi of Mahoob. Full stop. Uh, that fast that fast ball that fast ball of his that fast ball of his practically takes off the victim's head. The rest of us are left to stand there with stones in in our hands looking foolish. Oh my god. So you see, there is pride in stoning the sinners. That's definitely, there's pride in stoning the sinners. Hmm? Living uh, in our hands, there with our left to stand there with stones in our hands, looking foolish. Paragraph. Abbas says that when he first began participating in stoning, when his family moved to the city in 1997, his super accurate throw won him kudos. There would be applause, and I would get slaps on the back, he recalls. But as the body count racked up, less appreciation was shown for Akbar's prowess. Officials claim he's done in 107 convicts in the past 5 years. This paragraph, the straw that broke the camel's back came in December when Akbar's first throw killed a serial adulteress just just 2 seconds into the stoning. Oh my God. Every married woman in town was itching for a chance to punish that wicked harlot. Oh my God. Recalls Al Mahoob. Paragraph. When Akbar cracked her skull so quickly, the whole crowd turned to him with dirty looks in their eyes. Oh my God. The whole crowd turned to him with dirty looks in their eyes. Paragraph. And I think that's the last paragraph. Akbar admits that staying home from the public execution is a bit depressing. It's a bit depressing, sorry. But the picture's strange story may have an upbeat ending. Yes, full stop. Four US teams are reportedly trying to recruit him to play in the major leagues. You can trust United States. They like the best for themselves. If you are the best in any part of the world, they will quickly snatch you, take you, or let me say steal you, or either steal you or snatch you, take you to America. Hmm? I remember in the school days, they took some athletes there. Gazy, who was a very good runner, they took him to America. So many sportsmen, you are very good in your field. No, America will take you there. Hmm? To do it for Americans, to become American and do it for Americans. Mhm. So let me show you the picture of Ab- Akbar again. You can see one foot firm on the ground, the other up, as if you were a one-legged person, as if it's not. You can read under. Akbar Hatib. Akbar Hatib's powerful pitching arm makes him too good at stoners, Saudi officials say. Uh, yes, we've read the uh, longest, strongest mustache. We've read it. How safe are we? We've done it. Satan has we've done that one too. Let's go to Woman vanishes on wedding day. Yeah, another interesting story. Marriages in Africa, marriages in African culture are such important occasions and mean a lot to the world. And mean a world and mean a lot to the would-be couples, especially the women who would do anything in their power to make sure their marriages become successful. Full stop. That's the family, friends, and neighbors of 22-year-old Charmin Scholastica, Scholastica Scholastica Befi and Ponsa were completely taken aback over the strange behavior she exhibited during her engagement recently. Full stop. The Temanu town-based lady who had spent several months announcing their impending marriage with US-based Lava and had been distributed and had even distributed invitation cards to people, but shocked many when on the day of marriage marriage ceremony she cancelled it. Scholastica, who had left the house earlier that morning under the pretext of visiting the hairdressing salon, failed to return after several hours, only to phone at a time inviting at the at the time invited guests as well as Berger, as well as the Berger and his family were seated to call the event off. Full stop. Her reason: she was a mom pregnant by another man and could not bear to be unfaithful to her husband to be, who had flown all the way to Ghana from Washington. Very sad. From Washington, USA, for the ceremony. Mhm. Okay. Paragraph. At the announcement, her immediate family members, especially her mom and sisters, broke down in tears, and the in-laws to be left in disappointment with their items while invited guests gossiped and, and cast insinuations as they left the house. Hmm. According to the disturbed burger, Ben Okine, who is yet to come to terms with the situation, he met and fell in love with Scholastica about 6 years ago when he came home for holidays. Full stop. Since she was unemployed at the time, Okine bought her a sewing machine and gave her money to pay for her apprenticeship, to pay for her apprenticeship fee. When he left for the When he left for the States, he continued catering for all her financial problems and had made plans for marriage. Full stop. Their wedding was slated for March 22nd, 2003, to coincide with his next visit to Ghana, and he had made plans to go back to the US with her. Oh my God. Somehow I think the woman is honest, has been honest enough. I don't know. Okay. The engagement was to be done at home and the wedding later at the Registered General's Department. Paragraph. On March 10th this year, Okan touched down at the Kotoka International Airport and was met on arrival by his sweetheart, Scholar. They shortened it as Scholar. Scholar, who also accompanied him to certain places as they put things together for the D-Day. Full stop. Hear him. That's here, Okan. All this while, she did not give any indication of her unwillingness to go ahead with the marriage until the final day when the unexpected bombshell was dropped. Full stop. Okan told PMP that he that the alleged pregnancy issue could have been tackled more tactfully and maturely if his lover had confided in him earlier. Full stop. Asked what his next step will be, he stated that he plans to move back to the US as early as possible to start his love life all over again. Yes, yes, waste of time, waste of money. I sympathize with you. Okay. Paragraph. When Scholastica's age mother, Auntie Opheiba, was reached for her comment, she virtually rained curses on her daughter for bringing untold disgrace and ridicule to the once respected family. Full stop. How on earth could she pay someone who had been so much who had been of so much assistance to our family with such ingratitude and unfaithfulness? That's the mother talking. That's the mother talking. She alleged that she believed her daughter was not pregnant, as she claimed, but just wanted an excuse to discontinue the relationship. Full stop. She concluded in tears. Oh my God. Last paragraph. Yes. Scholastica, the lady at the center of the controversy, the center of the at the sorry the lady at the center of controversy, however, refused to give her side of the story when she was contacted and accused the PMP reporters of poking their noses in her private matter, in her private life. Sorry. Leave me alone. It's my life, and I can choose to live in whichever way I want to. Full stop. Nobody can force me, she told our reporters. I wonder where she will be now. That's arrogant. Hmm? Such people regret it later. Okan will get a better person and she will regret it. And she might not get a better person. Whoever she's thinking of as being a better person might disappoint her or might turn out not to be. Yes. Okay. Uh, let's tackle this story. Farmer 40 bastard for defiling 4-year-old girl. It's a short story. I wouldn't have gone there, but it's so short because these things are not uncommon. The police, as Bowiri Amanfo in the Jessican district of the Volta region, have arrested one Paul Aqua 40, a farmer, for savagely defiling a 4-year-old girl. Full stop. Prosecuting C. Inspector I.K. Adade at the Jessican Community Tribunal, chaired by Mr. E.D.K. Dakache, revealed that the victim was a niece of the accused. Full stop. On May 5th, 2002, the accused allegedly sent the victim to buy him cooked rice. After she carried out the order, the accused allegedly lured her into his room, defiled her, and warned her not to dare tell anybody about it. That's what they normally do. They warn you, if you do, you will die. Simple. They take advantage of the youthness of the babies, of the children. But when the victim's mother returned from the farm, she quickly told her about it, and she hurriedly informed the police about it. The victim was sent to the community clinic in Jessica, where the defilement was confirmed. The accused was therefore arraigned before the court and was remanded in prison custody at Pandu for further action by Prosper Gagnon, Jessican. Okay. Uh, let's see. I think this should be a short story. Let's read it. Lady's breast lands security man in prison. Lady's breast lands security man in prison. He loves breasts. I don't. Okay, let's read it. A 33-year-old, a 33-year-old, a 32-year-old, a shaman-based security man's apparent love and attraction to ladies' breasts has left him to face the law. Full stop. He is presently confronted with the rather difficult task of proving his innocence in an indecent assault charge hanging on his head. John Sala of Elliot Protection Limited in brackets, is alleged to have forcibly held and fondled the breast of a 90-year-old hairdresser in the full glare of the public. Hmm. As if that alleged handcuff act was not enough, the security man is reported to have physically assaulted the victim when she protested against her ordeal. Full stop. PMP investigations revealed that on March 1st, 2003, the victim, a resident of Ashama official town, was returning home from town when Salah, who was allegedly riding a bicycle at the time, allegedly beckoned her to stop so he could have a word with her. Full stop. Although the victim, who was hesitant, failed to stop. Although the victim, who was hesitant, failed to stop, the suspect rode faster and managed to get to her. Full stop. It was alleged further that immediately he got to her, he got hold of her, and before anyone could say Jack, he held her left breast and even managed to pull it out of her brassiere and remarked how beautiful it was, how beautiful the breast was, the breast embedded in brackets, and remarked how beautiful it was. Yes, you will go to prison in a beautiful way. Yeah, yeah, man like you. Where's Alaji Konkode? Okay, paragraph. Salah is also reported to have torn the victim's dress in a desperate desire to feast his eyes on her breast. Full stop. To set herself free, the victim, according to our information, beat the hand of her assailant. Full stop. However, her defensive attitude rather incurred the wrath of the security man, who allegedly kicked her down and assaulted her until a witness rushed to her rescue. A report was therefore made to the police, where a medical form was issued to victim to seek medical assistance while the accused was later apprehended. Full stop. On his part, the security man denied ever fondling the breast of the victim. Yeah, I think I remember this case. And assaulting her as alleged. Full stop. He, however, hinted that a scuffle ensued a scuffle ensued between the victim and him after the victim, who crossed his path while he was riding the bicycle, also went ahead to insult him when he reprimanded her. PMP reporter. I don't know. This impatience. This girl probably would have liked you. She would have probably given in to your proposal easily. But the way and manner you went about it. Hmm? Salah. If it has the name, yes, Salah. It's sad. Okay, let's see. Uh, let's take another short story. Lady teacher stabs husband in the stomach. Lady teacher stabs husband in the stomach. Hmm, okay. The police in Juapong, in the Volta region, are investigating a case in which a lady teacher stabbed her husband with a knife, leaving him in a critical condition. According to the sources, the teacher, Edvi Ajukoche, Edvi Ajukoche, 34, of Japan JSS, married one Emmanuel Agbile 40, a worker at the Quality Control Department of the Japan Textiles Limited. However, in the latter part of February this year, Edvi started accusing Emmanuel of engaging in extramarital affairs. Full stop. This accusation brought about some kind of confusion in the marriage with Edvi, taking the issue more with Evie taking the issue more seriously. She took the cruelest she took the cruelest decision to end the life of her husband. Oh, okay. One day she armed herself with an okapi knife hidden in her cloth and patiently waited for her husband to come back from work. Full stop. Immediately he got back, she attacked him seriously. He reportedly fell in coma and was rushed to the VRE Hospital, Water River Authority, VRE Hospital in Akosombo, where he was admitted. Meanwhile, the police have arrested and granted LV bail while further investigations go on with the case. From Prosper Gagnon, Juapon. Okay, maybe we can finish this page. Okay. Money found in woman's blah 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 blah. Huh? The management and staff of Bell's Great House in Asori Downho near Mataiko, Accra, as well as the personnel of the Odoko police station, had the rudest shock of their lives when a search on the body of a beautiful young woman brought out a whooping sum of 500 pounds, 500 pounds equivalent to about 70 million cedis from her private part. Oh, from her private part. Paragraph. The shameful woman, who is now in the grip of the law, was reported to have told the police that she thought she had made a big catch when the white man, Boris Fuentes, proposed love to her on March 8, 2003. Full stop. While Boris Fuentes thought he had met a woman of his dreams, little did he know the diabolical plan of the woman in milking him away. According to her, she needed money so badly to celebrate Easter, and Fuentes came to her at the right time. So she was sure of stealing some money from him to make the Easter celebration a memorable one. Yes, I remember the story. A memorable one. That's it. Briefing PMP, a staff member of the hotel said that he and his colleagues were called to the manager's office on November 9, 2003 in the morning and were questioned about some missing money belonging to their client, Fuentes. Okay, I think I haven't missed anything. Uh-huh. Let me. March 22 in the morning and were questioned about some missing money belonging to their client, Fuentes. Full stop. Since no one confessed taking it, they were all called to help in searching for it, but they couldn't find it. Following this, one of his colleagues suggested that the young, beautiful lover of Fuentes, Miss Frances Nyatepe, Miss Frances Nyatepe, stood, stood also should also be searched because the she spent the night alone with him. Miss Nyatepe rather flared up after she was told she was going to be searched. She was told she was going to be searched. Full stop. She objected to it and became violent. Mhm. And became violent. The management of the girl's house was startled at her behavior and sought police assistance. Hmm. Fuentes, a 60-year-old expatriate who said he had come to do business in Ghana, said he met the lady earlier and brought her to the guest house to spend the night. Full stop. He detected he had lost his 500 pounds the next morning and questioned Frances about it. but she denied taking it. So he asked her to help him search the room. Dash, all, all to no avail. To search the room. Dash, all to no avail. Then he informed the hotel management, who brought in the police. According to the police, during the search on her body by a female staff member of the guest house and a policewoman, the money was found in her anus. Hey! Oh my God, I remember this. Hmm? So who could have done this search if not women? Huh? Women, they know themselves. Huh? Women know themselves. Let me take that again. According to the police, during the search on her body by a female staff member of the guest house and a policewoman, the money was found in her anus. Full stop. The money, which was pulled out wet and warm, wet and warm, was folded vertically and wrapped in a small piece of paper. Full stop. The source said, the small piece of paper, the source said. The police said that even though the money has been given to its owner, Miss Nyatepe is still being investigated, adding that she is currently on bail by Stella Gune. Women, some women, hmm? Let me say some women, some of our mothers, they are our mothers. Whoever is a woman is a potential mother. So, okay. Pastor, Pastor swindles Legon students. Let's try to finish that so that we know we're done with this page. The fastest way considered by the majority of people to earn a living to earn a living these days is just to study a few quotations from the Bible in order to attract ignorant people who are hungry or miracles, who are hungry for miracles. Full stop. Thus, a self-styled pastor's command over the word of God was what convinced Miss Ophelia Samaji, a student of the Mensa Saba Hall, University of Ghana, Legon, that he was indeed a prophet. Paragraph. Miss Samaji, however, did not hesitate at all when the supposed man of God requested that she bring all her money and mobile phones for him to pray for her, as she had been attacked spiritually by her roommate. Also, she, however, came to her senses at the last minute after she had gone all the way to the Standard Chartered Bank, High Street, Accra, to withdraw all her money, which she handed over to the sad man of God, to the said man of God for cleansing. So the said man of God is worse than your roommate, hmm, for cleansing. It was after they got to campus that she, sensing danger, raised an alarm, which attracted some male students around, who gave the man of God a hot chase, but he escaped. His accomplice, Prince Amenyo, was however arrested and sent to the Legon police for questioning. PMP was informed that on March 4, 2003, at about 11 a.m., the victim, who had closed from lectures and was going to her hall of residence, was approached by the said pastor for directions to the Evangelical Charismatic Church, as he had lost the way. Full stop. Since she did not know the place, she asked Amenyo, who was passing by, for directions. Following this, both the victim and the pastor were led towards the staff village to the said church. On their way, while conversing, the so-called pastor revealed that he received a prophecy about the victim from God, and, and went on to say that the victim's roommate had soaked all her money and belongings with blood spiritually. To avert the situation, he requested that the victim the victim should withdraw all her money from the bank, add her mobile phones, and bring them to him for cleansing and prayers. Without any hesitation whatsoever, she ignorantly led the man to the Standard Chartered Bank, full stop, to the Chartered Bank, High Street, and withdrew all her money, which was 800,000 cedis, and two mobile phones, which she handed over to them in a polythene bag. Hmm. I think they hypnotize her. They do it in a polythene bag. While returning to Legon campus for the cleansing to begin, the pastor, instead of being cautious, whispered to the taxi driver to speed off after the victim had alighted, and, and that raised her suspicions. Hmm. And that raised her suspicions. In turn, she became alert and snatched the items from the pastor, after which she told them to follow her to campus. Full stop. Having lured them to the School of Performing Arts, she raised an alarm which brought many students to the scene. Some male students chased the two but were able to get hold of his accomplice. Last paragraph. The Legon police, who confirmed the story, disclosed that Amenyo has since been uh, arraigned, arraigned before the Medina Magistrate Court and sentenced to 2 years in prison in hard labor by her worship, Mrs. Ivy Hayward Mills. Sorry by Amy Mamle Kisse. Amy Mamle Kisse. Uh, Viewers, I think we've done with this page, and that is page 3. Next time we'll go to page 2 in our next episode. Thank you very much. Bye bye.